The success and vitality of an aspen grove is dependent on the strength and growth of young trees. These saplings sprout from the roots of established trees who provide support and nourishment, ensuring the strong development of the next generation. Someday, these young trees will nourish future growth, and the aspen community will grow even stronger. The YMCA Heritage Club and Aspen Society allows established members to nurture the growth and development of our community. A gift to this fund will create an ongoing earning stream that will impact the health of generations to come.
My name is KELLI JEFFRESS, and I've worked at the Y since 1998. These are my two amazing daughters. This is Moya and Marley JEFFRESS. We first met Bert for his birthday. We quickly hit it off there and became friends. And the next week we returned with kindergartners. When we got there, Bert lit up, the kids lit up. Later for our talent show, the kids wanted to invite Bert to come, and he did, and he sat in the grand chair for them while they all performed for family and friends. I was asked to escort him to a few Heritage Club dinners and our annual meeting, and it was always so much fun. He was so full of life. He always kept moving. One of the greatest blessings was getting to share the opportunity with the girls. Because he lived so close to our house, we would stop by for Halloween and show him costumes.
He was kind of like another grandpa. He was just like always making me smile, and definitely with his crackers. He'd just give us crackers whenever he saw us.
That's something I mostly remember, him always bringing us over and opening the latch to the bucket under his walker and having just dozens of crackers and treats.
It's really amazing to have his gift go on and affect us and so many generations to come, with his legacy gift to finish off this amazing, amazing facility right here in our backyard. I was also very, very surprised by the endowment fund and that incredible gift, because it means so much just having that foundation and knowing that our Treasure Valley Family YMCA will go on and help so many people.
Two of my kids have severe special needs that impact their lives, and my other two also have neurodiversity that complicates things. Out of just the dreams of some fantastic Y people, this Thrive Center came about. They didn't just want to have a night here and there, they wanted to provide a whole center for families who have autism, other neurodiversities, where anyone could come and be. I know for us, it used to be, if we were having a bad day, we didn't go anywhere. We would stay home, we would hide. Now, if we're having a bad day, there's somewhere we can go where it makes things better. Y Camp became a part of our lives every summer. For 2 years, my oldest boy went, and he gained so much confidence, and his younger brother, who is on the autism spectrum, he wanted to go so bad, and so we made that a goal for him. Last year was his first year, and he came back the happiest, dirtiest, smelliest boy I've ever seen. I can't imagine life without the Y now. It's just part of the routine. I feel like we would be lost without it, so I'm so glad that we can be here.
I think Bert would be tickled and would just have a smile from ear to ear to see this place when it's hustling and bustling, and when there are parents working out and kids running down the hall to play basketball or to the youth activity center, just to see it getting used to its fullest potential and getting people up and getting people moving.
Just seeing his smile is so heartwarming, and I really miss it. But he was such a great man.
Just thinking of Bert making all this happen just makes me happy.
All gifts to the endowment fund are just so important and so special, and just help that legacy that we've built here in our Treasure Valley live on and on.
The Y runs deep in our blood, in our entire family for generations. Our boys went to preschool, guided discovery at the Y. They still today, in their 30s, have friends from that program. So it shows how many generations you can go back and the lifelong friends that carry through because of the relationships the Y creates.
Jim Everett came to us back in the 1999 or 2000 and said, you know a lot about the McCall area, let's see if we can find a place for a Y camp. And so we said, well, let's start looking around. Kind of put it on the back burner a little bit, and then when our son Cooper passed away in 2001, Jim kind of came to us again and said, let's get serious about this. And through some connections with my brother-in-law, found that there was property around Horse Thief Reservoir. And so our family purchased about 143 acres, of which now is over 400 acres because of other generous gifts that have come in. And that was started us down the road of the Y camp.
I love Y camp. I love it so much. I'm excited to go every year. You can canoe and kayak and paddleboard. You can go swimming. There's a zip line. There's a giant swing. Once a week there's cookout and or camp out. There's a black top so you can play street hockey and basketball. You can go on hikes, mountain biking and BMX biking, archery, BB riflery, just a ton of stuff.
The endowment that exists in Cooper's name, it really started as in lieu of flowers. What do you do? And so we said, send it to the YMCA for the Y camp. What we didn't realize is that friends of our family not only gave at the time, but subsequent to that, when friends of my mother would pass away, their families would then say, give to the YMCA camp, either in Cooper's name or in their own remembrance.
There are endless stories. There's the story of the child who got to come to camp, because of the generosity of people that are part of the Heritage Club. And that child finds out later that he got to go because of that. And he sends an envelope with pennies and nickels taped to the cardboard saying, thank you, this is all I could give back, but I wanted to give something back. And those things happen because of the counselors and the other kids that are at camp and all the participants that come and give of their time at camp.
So this year was my CIT year. CIT is a counselor in training, and you go for 2 weeks. Your first week, you go to build your leadership skills, and then the second week, you actually get put with a cabin, and you get to test out your leadership skills.
It's nice to have programs that last maybe one generation, maybe just a few years, but it's the ones that have the continuity, that extend out over multiple lifetimes, multiple generations, that really get the most impact to a community. And I think the YMCA is perfect in that regard, and the Y camp.
With Cooper's endowment, it will be something that will live well beyond, hopefully, our grandchildren's lifetimes. But without the endowment, that would not be possible. We really need to continue to give to the endowment, to have the endowment grow.
If I didn't go, I would be sitting in the corner, quiet, and not talking to anybody. And now I can go up to somebody new and make a friend like that.
They have the Aspen Society, which is, I think, such a fabulous name, because I think of an aspen tree. They grow, and then the roots grow out, and the roots grow out and up. And that's what the Aspen Society is going to be about. It's going to be about, the growth of these trees, and our children and our grandchildren being part of that and spiking those new roots and those new babies that will come up.
If you're thinking about donating, please do. I would love to see that camp get more support. I really love it there, and I don't ever want to stop going up.
It's more than just going to a daycare, it's going to a life care.
What a better way to give than to give to the Y and give to an endowment fund. And certainly that's what the Heritage Club is all about.
We got involved at the very beginning of the Caldwell YMCA.
And we were fundraisers for the annual campaign. And then that led to board of directors, and then eventually chairman of the board of directors.
We struggle with the legacy,
word. We just feel like it's a good way to help ensure that the good works of the Y and the families and youth in our communities still have that. We saw such a tremendous change in Caldwell once the Y was built and the impact that it made on our community.
My Y story, I don't know where to begin. I've been overweight my whole life. My mom died, complications of diabetes. I don't have medical insurance, and 3 years ago I was advised that I was pre-diabetic. Without medical insurance, I couldn't check in with the doctors, so I thought I was gonna die. It was tough coming into the Y. I've never been to the Y. I started in January of this year. I started in the Silver Sneakers Classic, which is for, older adults, and I did okay, and then COVID hit. And I sat at home and I got really, really depressed. Then when they opened the Y back up, I started back in, and it's really changed my life. I'm more active. I come 5 days a week. I work out. I've done things I never would have if it wasn't for the Y. I would have never tried riding a bike. I take the cycling class. I cycle. Amazing. I take yoga. I've never done yoga in my life because as a big girl, you can't move. I take yoga. I run. I go out and I climb Table Rock Mountain now every weekend. It's a big mountain. I did an elevation gain of 730. The Y has given me so much opportunities that I never had before.
I think one of the things that I really like about the endowment is how long it can impact and to what degree. There's an amount of money invested, the earnings of which can be used each year to further the mission of the Y. They've done a great job of building the foundation, and this is a way of building additional staying power for many, many years to come. The Y would not exist in Caldwell if it wasn't for people outside of our community. This is a way maybe to give back a little bit to the greater association and the total mission. They really made a difference in Caldwell.
It's given me a life, and I know I can't be the only one. So not only is it helping seniors, it's helping people on low income, it's helping the disabled, it's helping people with children and childcare, and just so much. I can't imagine not having the Y.
Well, we think the Y is one of the best things to be a part of. We believe in it wholeheartedly and are very honored to help support it in the future.
From the bottom of my heart, how thankful I am to those donors that give to this program. There's not enough words to thank them because I do believe that they've saved my life. I truly believe that.
We remember, recognize, and honor dear friends we have lost this year. These friends have strengthened our community because of the gifts that they have made through their estate, and because so many others have made gifts in their memory. Their legacy will live on forever. Their gifts are providing a future for the YMCA, and we are grateful.